Joining me now to talk about the Clinton, latest attempt to spin a false narrative regarding the reason for her loss last November, the digital and social media advisor of the Donald Trump campaign and America First policies, Brad Parscale. Brad, I have to say, first of all, the DNC was the first known intrusion of the Russians in American presidential politics. And somehow the FBI was denied access to this by the DNC, and the FBI, with the Russians invading, a cyber invasion, just meekly walked away and left the DNC to its own squalid fate. Can you make any sense of that first?
I mean, I think that they just make up excuses for things that they're losing at. I mean, I have to say, you know, with this campaign, significantly, if you're talking about collusion and influence, we should look at home at some of these companies like Google, Twitter, Facebook, you know, the Democratic Party itself, CNN, for trying to, like, influence our elections. I mean, talk about changing search engine algorithms, changing algorithms on what you see. All of this stuff has been pretty well documented, but I haven't seen a single person call for any investigation of any of these American companies. And we didn't need any of this other stuff anyways. We had all the information we needed.
Google and its executives were moving in and out of the Obama White House, it seemed, daily. They were the beneficiaries of all of the most sophisticated data tools known to Silicon Valley, and that arguably altered the outcome in 2008, but not so much in 2016, and in large measure because of what the Trump campaign, did in digital media.
Yeah, I mean, these companies have more data than anyone ever. I mean, Google has a lot of information about Americans, and so does Facebook. Now, we actually used information that was provided by the Republican National Committee. Hillary made a lot of statements there, some of them accurate, some of them inaccurate. It's how she sees it. But most of the data and everything that we did came from the Republican National Committee, and what Reince Priebus and Katie Walsh did after 2012 to build up a great voter file with information so we could target.
Well, and I will tell you, with Reince Priebus, I said to him relentlessly, what are you doing to catch up in data mining, or what are you doing in targeting data? What are you doing to be ready for 2016? The answer was they actually did quite a bit. The next was the ground game. It turns out the ground game wasn't nearly as important as I personally judged it to be 2 years before that election, because of what you could do with social media and what you did do with social media.
Yeah, there's a data point out there right now that hasn't been really put out much, and that's over 70% of the people in the United States got their information for how they're going to vote from social media this time. That's up from about 20% 4 years ago.
Say that again, Brad. Say that again. I mean, that is a mind-blowing number.
Over 70% of the people got their information about who they were going to vote for from social media data. It's not the guy knocking on your door anymore. It's not the phone call you're getting. Right. It's what your friends are saying on social media and how you're being influenced online. And these companies are extremely powerful at that. Now, we utilize those tools on Facebook and used our own data from the Republican National Committee to contact them with content that was specific to them. And this is the beautiful thing. Trump had a big message, and the left was trying to make it all noisy so you couldn't see what it is. And the beauty of these social media platforms is we could separate those parts out of what Trump was saying and give it to the people in America without that biased opinion of the left.
Yeah. How do you react as the digital maven for the Trump campaign and the digital spirit leader, if you will, now? When people say, the president's just got to quit tweeting. He can't do that tweeting thing anymore. He's got to just ignore those 30 million Twitter followers. He's got to go through, old media, old left-wing national media. How do you react?
Well, I've said this a bunch of times, and one of the things I've always said is Mr. Trump wouldn't be here if he wouldn't have found Twitter and found his voice. And he could have won this thing, and I said this last night, he would have won this whole thing probably with his Android and his airplane all on his own. We were just here to clean up the little part of the left. And I would say that there's millions of Americans that don't believe what the media says. I wake up every day and read a fake story about myself almost in it, and he needs to talk directly to the people. And I appreciate every single tweet. I want him to talk directly to me. I don't want to get an opinion of some person that lives in California if I live in Texas. I want to hear what the president has to say to me.
I want to get your opinion of one person, and that's Jared Kushner. with whom you work closely, who for years, not only in the campaign, now being effectively accused by particularly the left-wing national media of being in league with the Russians. Your reaction?
It's almost laughable. I mean, first of all, I don't talk to Jared about what happened in those meetings or anything kind of policy, and you got to clearly separate the campaign from transition, which occurred after the election night. But I'll tell you, I know a lot about Jared Kushner, the man, and he's a good man. This is a smart, intelligent guy. When he walks into a room, he has the stature of someone 20 years older than him. People respect him, people love him, and he was extremely liked throughout the campaign and was respected from end to end. And most people just, you know, at the end didn't know. I mean, he was the campaign manager. He was the one that helped Mr. Trump get across that finish line. And I know you did as well, and good on all of you who did.